Speaking of people always there when we need them, we needed some comic relief today. We do need a little bit of comic relief, and who's always there to provide it? Moscow Maddow, Roswell Rachel, always there in a time of crisis to promote a debunked conspiracy or make us all laugh with her show on Trump's tax returns. Remember that one? I've got his tax returns. That was hilarious. And it showed he donated more to charity than any of the people at MSNBC. That was great. That was great. Remember her 2.5 years in the collusion hoax until her audience collapsed and they realized they'd been lied to? They were like, I wasted 2 years of my life on a hoax. Maddow told me it was real. Yeah, you did. This one's hilarious. This is Moscow Maddow. Now, President Trump, as our commander-in-chief, dispatched the USS Comfort, a hospital ship, up to New York to assist the New York City with its outbreak of Wuhan virus patients. Moscow Maddow, she didn't like that good news, Joe. And she said, this is nonsense, President Trump faking this good news, saying that the Comfort's going to be up there in weeks. What a liar. Watch her meltdown on the air. God forbid there was any good news, because Moscow Maddow loves conspiracy theories. Check this out.
In terms of the happy talk we've had on this front from the federal government, there is no sign that the Navy hospital ships that the president made such a big deal of, the Comfort and the Mercy, there's no sign that they'll be anywhere on site helping out anywhere in the country for weeks yet. The president said when he announced that those ships would be put into action against the COVID-19 epidemic, he said one of those ships would be operational in New York Harbor by next week. That's nonsense. It will not be there next week.
You really, Moscow Maddow? Joe, hold on. Don't laugh at her. Come on, it's rude. She's a Rhodes Scholar, Joe. What do you know?
What?
Dopey audio engineer. Oh, look at this. I mean, we got two idiots, you and I, Joe. Cop and an audio guy. What do we know, Joe? Look at this. Here's Twitter's Twitter feed of the New York GOP. Help is on the way. Here's the USNS Comfort arriving in New York against the backdrop of Lady Liberty. # New York Strong.
Big boat. Mm-hmm. Yeah, big boat.
What do we know?
There it is.
Really? Dopey audio guy, stupid former cop I am. What do we know? We need a Rhodes Scholar like Roswell Rach, Moscow Maddow.
Oh.
That ship, Joe, that's not going to arrive for weeks. There's no sign of that. Go listen again. Rewind the YouTube, rewind the audio. If you're listening on terrestrial radio on some of our stations, go home and listen to the podcast and listen again. There's no sign. No sign.
Bad call, Rach. Bad call.
Hold on. Here we go. We got it. Because sometimes we need, because liberals really are not that bright.
You're going to make a sign.
Yes.
Here comes
I'm
the
gonna.
sign.
Yes. Yeah, that was clever.
Yeah,
I didn't even think.
signs are good.
We're gonna make a sign. Here we go. There is no sign. No sign of the ship. No sign except for the actual ship arriving in the harbor. I'm sure the New York GOP faked that. That's all a joke. It's a movie. It's a David Copperfield. Remember David Copperfield made the Statue of Liberty disappear? That's an illusion. The Comfort's not actually in New York City right now. It's all an illusion. They're all making it up. There's your gal on the left. I'm sure you're very proud. Roswell Rach. She's a Rhodes Scholar, Joe. Rhodes.
No, ROADS?
You beat me to the punch there. Yeah, she's not RHOD. It's Rhodes Scholar. Yeah, like hit the road, please get off the air. What an embarrassment.
There you go,
Dano. Just total rage that President Trump had a potential solution for the overcrowding in the New York City hospital problem. Total rage that he suggested that exactly 1 week and 6 days later, the Comfort would be up in New York. There's no sign of that. No sign. You're right. There's no sign of it. It's the actual ship. You don't need a sign for this. It's just the actual ship itself.
You just heard the Dan Bongino Show. You can also get Dan's podcasts on iTunes or SoundCloud. And follow Dan on Twitter 24/7 @DBongino.